bookstore. Bookstores don't even exist anymore. See, how can we have debates when there are no more bookstores are gone, dude? When you go in the bookstore, it's a bunch of damn Funko Pops. They don't even have books in the bookstore. It's anime and Funko Pops, dude. Where did I wake up in Hell World? How did I get to Hell World? Like a few years ago, I remember going to Nashville. There's 10 bookstores. I could go book. I spent hundreds of dollars buying books. You see these books behind me. It's not a green screen. Now, somehow, I go in a bookstore and it's all anime, comic books, and Funko Pops. What? Any of you who owns Funko Pops, you need to be Funko Popped right now. I'm about to Funko Pop your ass right now. What is wrong with you? The whole society is like a bunch of kids. So how are we we can't have debate? Debate? How are you going to have debate in a society with everybody collecting toys, dude? Funko Pops?
Well, why don't you debate the guy who has the most Funko Pops?
Funko Pops. Dude, this society is going to fall. Funko Pops are a sign of the end of the world. Funko Apocalypse, dude. Funk you, dude. Funk you to heck. I'm mad right now. I can't go to a bookstore without a bunch of damn toys. Get your fucking toys out of my bookstore, dude. You ruined bookstores. I know some of you younger ones.
I like the anime. I like the Japanese style of the art. Some would say Nippon, to use the technical term. It's just fascinating the way that they draw the fertile little nymphs. It's fascinating. I love the anime art. Oh.
Dude, you're weird. What are you talking about? Anime? Funko Pops? You know that when you go to hell, everybody is a Funko Pop. You're just a big head. A big giant head, dude. People acting like they don't know what Funko Pops. Go to a freaking bookstore and it's nothing but toys. And by the way, every bookstore now stinks like a bunch of fat gamers' ass. I'm not joking. When you used to go, so I had a friend who sold comic books and drew comic books, and he got kind of famous with it. Shout out to my famous celebrity friends. And I used to go with him to the comic conventions, and I would berate him. I would make fun of his ass. Even 20 years ago, dude. Okay, so we would go to those comic conventions because he was trying to get, published and whatnot. And the whole damn comic convention smells like ass because everybody in there is a chunky comic nerd who does not bathe. The whole place just smells like butt. And anytime you go to video game stores, back when there was GameStop and all that, it was notoriously the same butt scent of the comic stores and the comic conventions. And I would just berate my buddy all the time. Dude, y'all a bunch of damn nerds. Not Chad nerds like this audience. I'm talking real nerds. Now, who knew that they would actually take over the world? Movies? I can't watch a movie anymore because it's all comic books. And I watch a movie and I'm reminded of ass. Because comic book stores, comic books, comic conventions, and now bookstores smell like fat gamer ass. And to a spurg like me, who has sensory overload, do you think I want to smell gamer ass? Maybe some days, not most days. What is wrong with people? Why are you stinking, dude? Ugh, nasty. So I don't know how we got to that, but I'm just ranting about the fact that these people have destroyed bookstores. So bookstores don't exist anymore. You might as well just combine comic conventions, furry conventions, gamer conventions, stinky ass conventions all into one because they're the same. It's a confluence of power and influence there with a just stank rubbed on top of it. A big fat dose of stank on top of it. So there's nowhere to go. You go to a used bookstore, maybe. Although the last one I went to, they won't let you in the door because of coof. Whatever, dude. What is going on? It's the end of the world. It's got to be the end of the world. So the number one, there's no metaphysics, is itself the number one metaphysical mistake. And these are in no specific order. You can find them all. But I largely blame these Funko Pop toy gamer coomer people for a large part of destroying the bookstores. And if you don't want to be a stank butt coomer gamer person, you better get over to chalk.com right now and use that 50% discount, which is still going, J50. And you better burn your Funko Pops in the front of your yard right now with your freaking manga. Go burn that crap in the front of the yard. And maybe I'll forgive you. Maybe. But take a bath too. You stink. Funko Pop, that's describing how they smell. Everybody that owns a damn Funko Pop is funky, dude. That's the meaning of the phrase Funko Pop. You funky. Number two, after that there are no metaphysics, the number two mistake everybody make is all reality is like one. Now, we've heard this many times. It has to be on the list, though. You've heard me critique it many, many times. And this is, of course, the mistake of everybody who does the DMT, the shrooms, the acid, the drugs. And yes, I've done the drugs. So every time I talk about this, some shaman comes into the chat and has to explain, you have clearly never done hallucinogens, because you would know that as a practicing shaman myself from Orange County, California, that clearly you are inaccurately describing the experience, bro. No, I've done it. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, the discoveries that you make, whoa, look how shiny that Snickers wrapper is in the sunlight. Whoa, dude, the light's blasting off the Snickers wrapper. It's so beautiful, bro. We're all one. Your discovery is literally every ancient religion. Everything is one, dude. Nothing to that. Nothing unique. Not interesting. Philosophical garbage. Nonsense. It's contradictory. How can all reality be one? Number one, when you yourself believe that you come to this discovery in the process of distinguishing yourself from reality. So you as an individual are saying all reality is one, and yet within the experience of all reality being one, I as an individual made this discovery. That's nonsense. The discovery itself would be impossible given the position that all reality is one. Distinctions are necessary. I am not you. You are not a Funko Pop. I am not the butt stank of all of the gamers at the comic conventions and that now run society. Do you actually believe you're identical to the wafting butt stank at a comic convention? No, bro, like I'm just like one with everything cool. Everything is one except that it only if it's cool. Like if it's cool, it exists, but like if it's not cool, it doesn't exist or whatever, right? Dude, what are you talking about? You're an idiot. And people are like, you should set up a debate with that guy. Go debate a shaman. Yeah, okay. So all is one is just a repeat of the ancient metaphysical mistake of many world religions of monism. And monism is self-refuting. Self-refuting. So we must have a large cadre of Funko Pop collectors in this audience, because suddenly the super chats shut up. They quit. Y'all were dropping bombs when I was just complaining. And now we got a bunch of butthurt Funko poppers in the audience. Did I pop your cherry, Funko Poppers? Are you angry? Your feelings hurt? Sometimes we need to have our feelings hurt. Stop playing with toys. Grow up. Get a jobby job. Get that 401k, bro. I'm just joking. What were we talking about? Number 3. So that's number 2. And we've heard this one a million times, right? And it's always some dude that knows everything, right? Who he did acid or shrooms like once or twice, or maybe 1,500 times, and he knows everything. Like he's the most enlightened dude in the whole world. Of course he does, but he doesn't, like he can't pay his rent. but he knows everything about everything somehow. And it's like, dude, you're just a narcissistic douchebag. That's it. Like, you're not actually enlightened at all. You're just a D-bag. And isn't it interesting? Isn't it telling that everybody who does the shrooms and the acid and all that, that comes to the great discovery of solving the world, which is really just a repeating of ancient monistic religions, they all say the same crap, dude. Why do they all say the same garbage? Like, none of them ever says something like, oh, I realized that I don't know anything, right? They never have a humble revelation. Maybe sometimes, maybe every now and then, maybe 1 in a million tripper shroomer dudes like has some kind of revelation that maybe that there's something bigger than them. No, it's always this like super ego stroke of like, oh, I realized that basically I'm God, but I'm really humble about it, right? Which is total nonsense. So if your metaphysical revelation in the midst of your drug trip is identical to every ancient world religion, you might be an idiot. I'm throw a little Jeff Foxworthy. That was a callback. The 90s called, dude. They want your Jeff Foxworthy joke back. Whew. That was rough, right? There's starting to be some Funko stank up in here. Some gamer butt stank up in here from that joke. If your revelation is one and the same with ancient religions, you might be a shroomer. Remember Jeff Foxworthy jokes? And all the boomers, I hated Jeff Foxworthy jokes in the 90s, and boomers thought they were hilarious. Hilarious. Dyer salad, right? Oh my goodness. Why does everything suck? Like, everything sucks now. Gamers, comic books, Funko Pops, toys.
Oh, collecting toys.
Dude, we're just going to get nuked, right? I mean, we just got to get nuked or something. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I'm sitting here in the midst of thousands of books that I laboriously studied and read over the last 20 years, and then I realized, man, society's into damn Funko Pops. What's the point of books? Why am I even talking to these people? People want to play with toys. Well, you're gonna find out the hard way. How much your Funko Pop's gonna do in the apocalypse? In the Funko apocalypse, your Funko Pops are gonna be worth exactly $50 because of inflation. So maybe you're actually gonna make money. I'm just joking. Number 3, I'm going crazy today. I'm just going crazy. Every day that I'm in a bad mood, I should just do more live stream. Because now there's like 400 people. They showed up. They're like, he's in a bad mood. Quick, get over there. He's going off on the Funko Poppers. And you notice how stupid shit looks? Like a Funko Pop, they look dumb, dude. Did you not realize that the garbage are out? So I was in a bookstore, by the way, one of the last in Jacksonville when we went down to Florida. There's a giant bookstore which, by the way, the giant used bookstore now also smells like butt because it's full of Funko Pops. And invading over into my book area at one of the bookstores I actually like, this giant bookstore. I'm not joking. I kid you not. 3 buff dudes look like military dudes. And I'm like, oh, interesting. 3 military men. They must be headed over to von Clausewitz in the military section to learn military strategies. Or perhaps they are heading over to the martial arts section to better learn to assassinate the enemy. Do you know what the 3 military dudes were at the bookstore for? Funko Pops. They went to the Funko Pop collection. And they're sitting there,
Oh, dude, bro. This one.
no, this one. Look at his head. No, look at this one's head. They're the same heads, dude. Military dudes collecting Funko Pops. I don't believe reality is a simulation, but sometimes it's so crazy. It's like this. Maybe this is. I don't really believe that. I'm just saying. I can see why people believe it because it's so crazy, dude. Military dudes, Funko Pops. If I was a foreign army, or if a foreign invasion force doing reconnaissance, and I'm like, reporting in. They have the Funko Pop virus. They're all collecting Funko Pop. Now is the time to invade. That's the generic foreign voice. I don't know who that is, but it's time to invade, right? I mean, if the military dudes are buying Funko Pops, it's over, dude. It's invade, right? Maybe we need to be invaded. It's a joke. Funko Apocalypse. That's the title of today's show. Nothing to do with the metaphysics of Funko Pops. That's today's show. The metaphysics of the Funko Apocalypse. That's today's show. Boom. Sometimes they just come to you, baby. They just show up. Remember bobbleheads? Beanie Babies? Who would win in a fight between Funko Pops, bobbleheads, and Beanie Babies? That's the evil trinity of the end times right there. Chinese operatives are readying the tanks and the missiles. Number 3, everything is chaos, bro. Everything is flux. Everything's change. The number 3 error of metaphysics that most people make. Metaphysical mistakes.
All reality is flux, bro. The only constant is change, bro.
All of these stupid cliches that have an air of wisdom about them, but are really nonsense. Total nonsense. Now people are wanting to buy me Funko. Now people are going to make me into Funko Pop.